Donald Trump is once again going after the family of Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, but this time, in a post on Truth Social, he appears to be asking his deranged followers to do something about Jack Smith's family. Now, it's open to interpretation, I guess. Depends on how you read it. So I am going to read you what Donald Trump put on Truth Social, and I'll explain why I feel like it says how I feel it says. Here it is. Could somebody please explain to the deranged, Trump-hating Jack Smith, his family, and his friends that as President of the United States, I come under the Presidential Records Act as affirmed by the Clinton Sox case, not by this psycho's fantasy of the never-used-before Espionage Act of 1917. Okay. Let's get the legal thing out of the way real quick. That is not what the Presidential Records Act says. That is not what the so-called Clinton Sox case says. The Presidential Records Act says that any record created by the president or for the president of the United States is actually the property of the federal government and must be returned so that it can be archived by the National Archives. Not to mention the fact that Donald Trump is not necessarily facing the biggest charge from violating the Presidential Records Act. The biggest charge he's facing is violating the Espionage Act by showing off classified information to somebody that did not have a security clearance. So I don't know why he's harping on the Presidential Records Act when that's literally the least of your concerns. But right now, my biggest concern is that he put out a call to action. That's how I read that. Could somebody please explain to the deranged, blah, 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 his family and his friends? So he is asking somebody, please go to these people and explain something to them. He then, refers to psychos, calls them deranged. That's a call to action. Just like when he gave his speech before the Capitol riot and he told these people, fight like hell. Well, what did they do? They said, okay, that's a call to action. I'm going to go do it. And we know that that's how they perceived it because that is literally what they've been telling judges ever since the trials started. Donald Trump told us to do it. So we take those same individuals that are definitely unhinged, that believe everything this man says without question, and now he's telling them on Truth Social, go to Jack Smith, go to his family, go to his friends, and explain something to them. Now, this isn't a call for violence, obviously. But what does Jack Smith's family have to do with the investigations into Trump? What do his friends have to do with this investigation into Donald Trump? Absolutely nothing. You cannot convince me that Donald Trump doesn't know what he's doing. And again, he was very careful with his language. All he said was explain to them. He didn't say go stalk them. He didn't say threaten them. He didn't say be violent. He said explain to them. But he did ask his followers to do this. Go to them. Bad things are going to happen, folks. Bad things are going to happen. And I do believe that Donald Trump knows that. He wouldn't be throwing in Smith's family and friends if he didn't know exactly what he was doing. Jack Smith's family has nothing to do with the investigation and the prosecution. Jack Smith's friends have nothing to do with the investigation and the prosecution. And for Donald Trump to even bring this up, to bring up those people, shows us that he knows what he's doing. He knows this is a call to action because he knows how unhinged and crazy his followers are. He's sitting there calling Jack Smith deranged, calling him psycho, but the only deranged psychos out there are the ones that Donald Trump is most likely hoping are going to show up and do something terrible. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.